Hello, everybody. It's Ruining Movies. I'm Zach. This is the pre-podcast. Well, I guess it's not a pre-podcast. This is the pre-podcast talk with your host, Zach. Hi, how's it going? We're going to talk about movies tonight. I just woke up from a nap. I haven't taken a nap in a very long time, but here I am, awake from one. So we're going to see. Am I still sleeping? Is this a dream? Am I actually doing the podcast right now? Who knows? I need to get my stuff ready. Oh, God. Okay, good. We got some good letters from the box for tonight. Okay, yeah, we do. I'm laughing at the letters from the box already. Because I forgot they were pretty good. Yeah, we got some good ones. We got a good episode for you all lined up today. I'm gonna move the fan right now before I forget to. Ugh. Oh, my monitor just turned off. That's great. Okay, now we're just waiting for Shayne. I hope you guys are all doing good. See any movies? I haven't really been watching stuff. I've been watching YouTube videos, so not the most exciting things. I've been watching Peacemaker, actually. I think the final episode or the penultimate episode is coming out this week. I'm not sure, but it's been pretty good. I'm like kind of surprised by how good John Cena is at acting. He's playing like some pretty he's hitting the emotional beats that I did not think he would hit. So I'm excited for that to be popping up again this Thursday. There was something else. What else have I bought? Archive 81, which I've talked about. I've not started the Korean zombie show yet. I really want to start that. I'm watching Veep again. Veep is really good. If anyone hasn't seen Veep and has HBO Max, I highly recommend it. It's very funny. I was late last week. I guess I can do some tongue twisters to get warmed up. Let me see. There was like a good website with all the like tongue twisters.
Hello.
Hi, 1 second. I'm doing tongue twisters. A slimy snake slithered down the sandy Sahara. Well, that's not really a tongue twister.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather,
See,
red leather, yellow leather, red leather.
I was doing that, but I wanted to like mix it up. Here's another one. A gazillion gigantic grapes gushed, gradually giving gophers gooey guts.
Hello.
Whoa, that one was a little R-rated. Black background, brown background, black background, brown background, black background, brown background. Buckets
she
of
sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells down by the seashore. Buckets of bug blood, buckets of bug blood, buckets of bug blood. Wow, blow blah. You sound like you're saying blow blah at the end.
Buckets
right, I'm warmed up.
Blood.
Blow blah blah.
What kind of bird are you?
What?
What kind of bird are you?
What kind of bird am I? Probably like a owl. Not because I'm wise or anything, but because I have a bad sleep schedule.
I'm a raven.
You're a raven? You go around and tell people that they've done that. Oh, this one is long. Let me see if I can nail this one before we podcast. I was telling everyone in the pre-podcast, which I'm realizing should just be the pre-podcast, that I just woke up from a nap. So,
oh, okay.
I need to get the mouth going.
I was saying yesterday, I get the best of Zach.
Yeah, it's gonna be a woo. It's also the second day in a row I'm drinking Mountain Dew. I haven't done that since high school. So this is gonna be something. Luke Luck likes lakes. Luke's duck likes lakes. Luke Luck Luke Luck licks lake. Luke's duck licks lake. Duck takes licks in lakes. Luke Luck lakes lake. Luke Luck lakes take. I can't finish that.
I don't know if that one counts. That's just the same 5 words mixed around.
Quails
Like
quoted a quandary quickly quarrel qualities. Boom! I nailed it. Let's start the podcast.
At least that one tells some kind of story or something.
Right. The other ones are just saying the same, like red blood, green blood, red green blood.
Yeah. Luke
Scissor,
Lock, Luke
sizzle,
Lock,
fizzle,
Luke Lock,
sizzle.
Luke Lock.
Wait. Scissor, sizzle, thistle, sizzle.
Ooh, Thistle's a good one for
That is a good one. My mouth is gonna be warm. I don't want that to be on the internet.
Okay.
I don't want that statement to be on the internet. Hey everyone. Let's start the podcast. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ruining Movies, the podcast which ruins movies. You know the deal. I'm Zach, your host. Across from me, canoeing through the rivers, ukulele music plays, but you actually, like, someone just died, so it's like kind of weirdly like quirky but dark, is my co-host Shayne. Hello.
Hi.
Today we're talking about Moonrise Kingdom. It is
What
the
kind of
second
bird
movie.
Are you?
Oh god. It is the second movie in the Wes Anderson trilogy we are doing. Wes Anderson. This movie got
Dude,
dark. I forgot this movie's kind of dark.
Yeah, it's a little dark, but I love it.
It's great. It's great. Well, we will definitely talk about that in a second. I think it's a really, really good one. It's good to go from the Grand Budapest Hotel, which is, like we talked about a lot last week, being this like kind of weird war movie if you like really dissect it, to Moonrise Kingdom, which is also a war movie if you dissect it. And then if you talk about Rushmore 2, which we talked about last night, that's also kind of a war movie. I don't think Wes Anderson's ever been to war. He doesn't seem like a guy who's been to war. But he sure loves writing about war.
It's true.
I guess like most people who make war movies haven't been to war. That's kind of weird, isn't it? All right, let's start. So before we get into ruining Wes Anderson's Moonrise Kingdom, I think we got something I want to talk about that is very pressing and very urgent. First of all, the podcast awards were 2 days ago, and we weren't nominated for anything. So
whoa.
yeah, right.
Fucking step your game up, community.
Yeah, come on. Like, we should at least be nominated for like best podcast.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie, yeah, exactly. But the more pressing news is Disney loses rights to Scrat from Ice Age following trademark dispute.
I just want to put a huge highlight on that. Disney loses.
Yeah, that is a big one. That is the first 2 words, and it's a big 2 words. Disney loses. That is kind of ridiculous to see.
Yeah. It's nice, though. I mean, like, I didn't read the whole article, but, like, kudos to this, like, one individual who was like, this is my art.
Right. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So that's like, if we're like, the serious take of this article is like, nice. This person who, the cliff notes of this is in 1999, they pitched the character Scrat to Disney. And then they made Ice Age, and the artist was like, hey, I literally just pitched that to you guys like a couple years ago. That's my squirrel. And then
I'm gonna get my nut, damn it.
I'm gonna get my nut. And then 23 years later, I guess, finally they get their rights back. That is the serious thing. So it is ridiculous that it took that long for them to lose. But it is very good to see that Scrat is back to the owner. Scrat is such a weird word. Scrat is
shortly
back.
after the release of a recent Ice Age movie.
Yeah, I don't even know how many there are.
So many.
Oh, the only thing I ever remember about Ice Age is that Ray Romano is a mammoth.
Yeah, but not only in like the first 2 or 3 movies.
And then he gets replaced.
Yeah, and to me, like when movie series do that, right? If your lead person is out,
Yeah.
maybe,
If Ray Romano is gone.
and Dennis Leary is gone, so like maybe just don't, right? Because for me, when that has happened in the past, I'm like, is this even canon anymore? Do these things have canonical qualities? I guess they should, right? I mean, they're in order.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at the IMDb right now. The 2002 Ice Age like actor list, is kind of like
Stacked,
ridiculous.
Right?
It's stacked. It has Dennis Leary, John Leguizamo, Ray Romano, Jack Black, Cedric the Entertainer, Stephen Root, Alan Tudyk, Diedrich Bader, Shane Krakowski. Like, what?
Yeah, so I guess when you were so when you hit up like all these people for the sixth installment of Ice Age or whatever, 20 years later.
Has anyone? Let's see, who's in Ice Age? I don't know. What's the? Do you think Ice Age 5 is the last?
I have no idea.
Okay, so in 2016, Ray Romano was still in Ice Age. What's Ray Romano been doing?
Not being in Ice Age.
Whoa! The new Ice Age, the one coming out in 2022, Simon Pegg's in it. But that's the only person I know from this list is Simon Pegg. But anyway, I brought up this article despite like now I just can't get like Ray Romano out of my head. Like
everybody loves him.
Everyone loves him. Okay, this is going to be a good segue. I wanted to talk about, because now Scrat the squirrel, if anyone hasn't seen Ice Age, he's like a little squirrel guy who's always trying to get his nut. That's his whole deal. He's in all the movies. And talking about Everyone Loves Raymond. I wanted to talk about which movie franchise, and I'm going to exclude superhero films here because we've already had a little bit of this. Which movie franchise would be the funniest franchise to lose a character to trademark but still go forward? I think Everyone Loves Raymond, but if they lose Ray Romano would be really funny. I don't know how you'd go on, but I think movie-wise, what are you thinking?
To lose their trademark.
Yeah, to like lose a main character. It doesn't even have to be like the main character. I just think like a main character. One of them I was thinking about, it would be if somehow Vin Diesel wasn't in the next Fast and Furious. And the great thing about trademark disputes is like they wouldn't even be able to mention Vin Diesel's character, so they would just have to like act like he wasn't like part of the family. Yeah. So like what other chat chime in too.
Side argument is Fast and Furious superhero at this point.
That is a good question, and I will say actually yes, they do. Like, I'm surprised they haven't gone to space yet. They could have gone to space yet. I haven't seen the last two.
I'm trying to think of like specific franchises that have like a name in it.
Yeah.
Because my mind immediately went to like when you mentioned a TV show, like something like Rick and Morty would be hilarious.
You lose Dan Harmon somehow.
Or like the Simpsons movie sequel.
The Simpsons, yeah, it's a Simpsons movie sequel, but they've lost the trademark rights to Bart. And they just have to act like Bart never existed.
They erase him from all the pictures. Maybe they don't, right? Maybe they just add bigger ears and rename him Blurt.
Bort?
Bort.
Oh my god. Don't have a yak, man. Bort Sampson. I also another one I have in this good old brain of mine would be if like halfway through the Lord of the Rings trilogy they somehow lost the trademark to hobbits. Like just like all of the hobbits like no longer like the Tolkien family was like, yeah, you can do the Lord of the I think they're British. Yeah, you can do. I'm not gonna do a British accent. What am I doing? That was bad. But anyway, they'd be like, yeah, you can do Lord of the Rings, but no hobbits.
Oh man, what if Encanto lost the rights to Bruno?
I've not seen that yet, but I've heard it's good.
The only reason I thought you'd get that is because that song,
it's everywhere.
It is like been top of the charts for.
It's everywhere. Every Encanto song is everywhere right now.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Manuel is exploding. I watched Tick Tick Boom this week. It was really good.
Yeah,
check it out.
I do want to see Encanto. Like every like song I've seen like is really catchy, and I'm like I want to see what this is about.
It was good. I was surprised. It was good.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be good if they lost the rights to like any one character in that movie.
Actually, Pixar movies would be very funny if you lose one of their characters.
No Buzz Lightyear.
Toy Story lost. Yeah, if Toy Story lost like for 2 and 3 Buzz Lightyear. If somehow, oh god, what are some sequels?
Oh, like if the Lion King lost rights to like I don't know Timon and Pumbaa or something. So that's one of those weird ones, right? Because the voices changed in some of the follow-up movies to those.
Right.
And as a kid, I was like, this is not the same. I didn't even know what canon was at the time. Now I'm like, well, is that even canon? Then I was like, is this the same movie? I don't get it.
And I guess something that like we're not discussing about like trademark is like normally when someone loses the trademark, the other person gains it, they make a movie about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like think of like the whole Sony verse in the MCU right now. We have Sony making every Spider-Man villain ever, but without Spider-Man.
Just a bunch of solo movies. Yeah.
So are we gonna get Scrat the movie?
Scrat them with no Ice Age anything.
Yeah, just no. Like
Scrat goes to the beach.
It's like, oh my god, what if they modernize it?
What do you even do with this fucking creature, dude? Like,
I don't know.
I get that he's a squirrel that gets his nut, but he's in the Ice Age. I don't know. Freeze him. Freeze him.
Just freeze him until current
day. Yeah, I want the Scrat TV show / movie that starts with him being okay. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
In a science lab in Encino, California, Pauly Shore is unthawing a huge piece of ice. Inside of it, Scrat. I give you Encino Man 2, the Scrat Squabbles.
Talking about that, have you talk about Pauly Shore specifically? Have you seen the trailer to the Pinocchio movie where Pauly Shore is the voice actor for Pinocchio?
Oh my god, no.
It sounds like he's giving 5%. He's like, father, but why? And it is probably some of the best viral marketing ever because I want to see the new Pinocchio story now just because Pauly Shore is voice acting Pinocchio.
That's such a funny casting.
It really is. I'll have to show you the trailer later. It is very funny.
Interesting.
So yeah, I think
our segues have been on point.
Yeah, absolutely. So just as Scrat is departing from Ice Age, we must depart from this bit, and I think it's time to return to a fan favorite one. We've only done this once, but I'm a fan of it, so it's a fan favorite. We are going to be doing Letters from the Box. For those who don't know, we've done this once before. It was a lot of fun. This is a game in which I have found letterbox reviews, which by I have found, I've gone on Twitter, and there's a lot of Twitter accounts who post the worst letterbox reviews. So thank you to Twitter for getting me these, because it would be a very long process to find all these. But anyway, these are letterbox reviews. For those who don't know what letterbox is, it's like a weird social media movie review site. It has like a weird social media thing to it. People love it. Anyone can go on it. You can rate movies, and then you can give a review to them. So the game is, I have the rating and the review. I will give Shane the year and the genre, and we will see if he can get them. Chat, feel free to play along at home. Let me take a drink of water real quick. This one this one usually gets me. Okay, so starting off strong, this 2021 horror original was reviewed by Bill Griff, a pro user, by the way. I don't know what that means. 3.5 stars. The review says, I don't know, guys. This seemed pretty benign to me.
Malignant.
Yes. We started off easy, but that was a pretty good one.
You set him up, I'll knock him down. I like the review. Bill. His name is Bill, right?
Bill Griff. Yeah, Bill Griff. Well done. Good review. That's actually pretty funny.
Like the review.
Most of the time, letterbox reviews are awful and just really dumb. I thought that joke was pretty funny. Solid.
I appreciate the underhand softball there.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen *Malignant*, everyone, I know it's been a very controversial film, and if people think it's good or not, I think Shane and I both agree that it was pretty good.
I really liked it. If you want to hear our thoughts on it, check us out. An episode number, edit in the number right here.
Yeah, I'm not going to edit it there, but just go look. All right, so next, this is also a recent movie. This review is by Quentin Phillipson, and in between Quentin Phillipson, he has a little movie camera, so maybe he's a movie review guy. This 2021 action film was rated 3.5 stars.
Okay. Wait, what is that? 3.5 out of?
I think Letterboxd is 5.
Okay.
So pretty good review. Pretty good review.
Okay.
After applauding at the credits, this guy beside me told his buddy that blank is the best foreign film he's ever seen.
The best foreign film he's ever seen.
Yes. After applauding,
is it a foreign film?
I will say, no, it was not a foreign film.
Is it Shang-Chi?
It is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And this review actually made me mad.
Yeah, what the fuck? Dude?
Yeah, after applauding at the credits, this guy beside me told his buddy that Shang-Chi is the best foreign film he's ever seen. Are you kidding me?
What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Rough
I'm
one.
mad that
one.
I guessed that. Don't flame me too much for guessing that immediately.
No. It was pretty easy because it's kind of easy because you know a dumb guy would say that.
Yeah, what the fuck? I know some people in my life that might say some dumb shit like that.
Exactly, same. I have members of my family who I see this with, and they'd probably say something dumb like that. All right, moving forward. This one we're finally out of the 2021s. This one is not recent. This comedy film, released in 2014, reviewed by Kay Abeto. He gave it 5 stars, or he or she, I don't know, or they or them, I don't know their pronouns.
2014.
2014. This review, cracking open a boy with the cold ones.
What?
Cracking open a boy with the cold ones. 2014 comedy, and I'll even throw a little horror caveat on it. What?
This is Zombieland?
No.
Oh, damn. Okay, give me the whatever you were just gonna say.
I was gonna say I will put the little horror slash on that, comedy horror. Some people might construe it as a horror. This film was not directed by an American director.
Cracking the boys with the cold one.
Cracking open a boy with the cold ones.
A boy.
Cracking open a boy. So the review is a joke.
Okay.
I will say in the film more than a boy gets cracked open.
Okay.
Another hint, this is now a very successful TV show.
Is it Snowpiercer?
No, a comedy.
Comedy. Horror. It's a successful TV show.
The director got a lot of success from this, even though he had some great films before this. And it would eventually make his way to the MCU because of the fame.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I should know this
all
one.
right. Well, it is What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh.
Yeah, cracking
that
open a boy with a cold.
That makes me feel worse because we've talked about that a lot. We didn't watch the movie.
I know. I was trying to go around it enough because I knew if I said specific things, you would get it right away. So yeah.
Dang.
2. So we are 2 for 3 right now. I got 3 more.
2 for 3. Wait, that's my wait. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
How many did I get right in the first time we did this?
I think you got them all right.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're going down. That's all of our millions of adoring fans booing us right now. All right. So staying in the horror realm a bit, I guess What We Do in the Shadows kind of can be a horror. This movie, which got 1 star in this review, reviewed by Hellfons256, this 1999 horror. I'm going to put a classic on this. Horror classic. The review goes, never watched it. You know, that's a good way to start a review. Never watched it, but I'm smart enough to know there are only 5 senses, dumbasses.
The Sixth Sense.
It is The Sixth Sense. It is a pretty good review. Not much to say about that. but it was good. Going back further in time.
Great. Really fucking up my memory bank
here.
Yeah,
we started at 2021. Now we're going all the way back to 1990. This is another 1 star. This directed by, I can't even say their username because it will give it away.
Okay.
Okay, this one's a long one, so get ready. This movie makes me feel so violent. Words cannot describe the malice I feel towards the blank blank franchise. Whenever I see it playing on TV during the holidays, my blood is filled with pure, unfiltered, raw hatred. I wish those dumb parents never left their blank 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 multiple times so the franchise would have never existed. If I could, I would delete this franchise from existence, as it is the absolute bane of my existence.
What's the genre?
Comedy.
Is it Home Alone?
It is Home Alone. Yes, it is the Home Alone franchise. They say Home Alone.
I was leaning hard into Die Hard, like all the way up until you said the thing about the parents.
I want you to guess for bonus points, the username.
Kevin McAllister.
No, it's Home Alone hater.
Oh.
Listen, I understand the anger towards Home Alone. I too feel rage towards the parents' decisions. But this person really doesn't like Home Alone. All right, now for the last Letterboxd review. This one we were going all the way back to 1986. This was reviewed by Jeff Estrada. 3 stars out of 5.
Right,
the review
Jeff
goes. I like the romantic part of this movie, but I just didn't get all that plain stuff.
All the plain stuff? What year? 85?
1986.
Is it Airplane?
Nope, not a comedy.
What is the genre?
I would say action.
Plain stuff?
With a little drama.
From 1986.
With 1986.
And there's romance?
There is romance.
Is this like the future?
Oh, he left. They got him. Just for everyone who doesn't know, the answer is Top Gun. I don't know where Shayne went. I don't know. Hi, welcome back.
Did you hear my guess?
No, I didn't.
What did you say about?
No, I was just talking to the audience.
Oh, is it The Fugitive?
No.
Shit.
I will say this movie is getting a sequel, or was supposed to get a sequel. The sequel might be out. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, is this Top Gun?
It is Top Gun.
Oh my Lanta.
All right, 4 out of 6. I mean, 5 out of 6, not 4 out of 6. 5 out of 6. Well done. That was Letters from the Box. If you guys want to send me some, post in like the YouTube comments. Give me some more great Letterboxd reviews.
Keep in mind, am idiot, be reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, the What We Do in the Shadows one was a little rough. But you nailed every other one, which was great. All right. So, it's time to talk about the movie, Shayne. Oh, actually, let me see if I can. Let's see. Can we connect Top Gun to Moonrise Kingdom?
Yeah. I bet you Jed went from Moonrise Kingdom to being in Top Gun.
Yeah, that's fair. I was trying to think, like, was Bruce Willis in Top Gun, but he wasn't.
Oh, no. Maybe.
He should be.
No, he wasn't. That'd be hilarious.
No, wait, like, how sure are we that he wasn't?
Dude, I'm like actually not 100% positive.
I'm not either. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I've ever seen this movie.
I've seen it once, and I don't want to say how I feel about that movie. I feel like there's a lot of people who really like that movie, and it's not my cup of tea.
Insta ban.
There's like a lot of people who like Top Gun. I just don't get it.
Airplanes, man, and romance.
Yeah. Tights. Volleyball.
There is volleyball.
Okay, talking about another, like, because this is going way back to the start of the episode, before we talk about Moonrise Kingdom. There was the podcast awards, I think. I don't know. I heard another podcast talking about it. That could be wrong. But anyway, are you familiar with the Razzies?
No. Wait, okay. Yes. Aren't they the bad awards?
They are. They give people like worst actor, worst actress, worst film, and all that kind of stuff. Bruce Willis is getting his own category in it this year.
What the fuck? Why?
It's because he's done in 2022. He has done. Actually, I want you to guess how many movies he's done.
In 2022?
Yeah.
It's February.
Well, how many movies he has coming out this year, I should say.
Oh, okay.
I will give you a hint. 2021, he put out 8.
Okay. I was going to guess like 24, so maybe 12? One a month? Is that crazy?
He's putting out 9.
9 movies.
That 24 would be 2 a month, which would be crazy. But Bruce Willis is, in the last 2 years, has put out 20 movies.
Wow. So what's the award? How fast?
I think it's just the Bruce Willis award because he's put out so many movies. I don't know. I can't get into the article because it's a give me money article, and I don't want to give them money, so I don't know what it is.
Well, you'll have to learn about it on your own, chat.
Yeah, I guess we're cheap here on this podcast. Go read about it if you want to learn about it. We're talking about Bruce Willis, everyone, because we're talking about Moonrise Kingdom right now, the Wes Anderson film that came out in 2012 that is about a pair of young lovers who flee their New England town, which causes a local search party to fan out to find them.
That's it.
That's it. That's the movie. Podcast over. But no, let's actually talk about this. First of all, okay, something I just found out. I didn't realize it was in New England. I thought it was just in like some state Wes Anderson made up.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I knew that it had to be a coastline area.
Right.
I almost thought maybe it was somewhere in Canada or something.
Right, and I like Grand Budapest Hotel's like in a made-up country, right? Oh god, hopefully I didn't just say that it's a real country.
Oh shit, no, I think it is. I don't know though.
I don't know.
I can't confirm.
Like it's called the Grand Budapest Hotel, but it's not. Okay, it isn't a fictional European country. Okay, good. Woo!
Perfect. So this is in New England though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, okay. So this is, like I said, this is Wes Anderson's 2012 movie. Was released. What movies were it was released in between his the Grand Budapest Hotel, which would be his next film. And then before that, we got the Fantastic Mr. Fox. So right now in 2012, Wes Anderson is hot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Fantastic Mr. Fox just wrecked the box office, and like everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, people still talk about it.
I mean, they should. It is awesome. It is sweet. It's also his first, I want to say first, like jump into stop motion animation, which was really cool. And helped him learn his style. So then he came back with Moonrise Kingdom, in 2012. We get all of our normal cast in a Wes Anderson film. We have Bruce Willis is there, Bill Murray is there. This time Bill Murray is playing a more prominent role, unlike his role in the Grand Budapest Hotel. Edward Norton, Tilda Swinton, Jason Schwartzman.
Yes.
I could go on. You know the whole everyone. When Wes Anderson has a movie, everyone he's ever worked with comes and plays a part.
I will say that I don't think there was any Wilsons in this.
There was no Wilsons. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what was Luke Wilson? Okay. We're going on a lot of tangents.
I almost thought that what's his name? Cousin Ron or something like that. At the other camp.
Was going to, but no, it was Jason Schwartzman.
I thought that it was him, but it was when he eventually like took his hat off. I was like, okay. Or his hat or his glasses, whatever. He changed something. Yeah. And I was like, okay, it is not him.
Luke Wilson was doing a film I've never heard of in 2012. So.
Huh. Night at the Museum?
No, it was a film I've never heard of. Night at the Museum was not that. It was Meeting Evil. I don't know what that is. I think it has. It was directed by Chris Fisher. And Samuel L. Jackson was in it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That was a weird tangent to go off of. But anyway, this is another one of like Wes Anderson's quirky films. It follows our main character, well, there's like okay, Wes Anderson does the whole thing where like every character kind of has their own main character moments, but the main character totally is Sam, a kid who is orphaned, who is part of like the quote unquote Boy Scout troop of this made up world, even though it is in New England, so I guess it's not that made up of a world. We follow him as he goes, and he is a child. He finds his girlfriend, star-crossed lover, Susie, who also lives on this island. They run away together. This results in the entire island, including the cop, like the one cop of this island, Bruce Willis, the scoutmaster, the head scoutmaster of the island, Edward Norton. Bill Murray is Susie's father. Frances McDormand is her mother, and it's a search and rescue film. I like weirdly would compare this. It feels like Rambo, but like Wes Anderson's Rambo.
Yeah, I like how Sam is introduced like a cowboy. Right?
Yes.
Like he is the main character, but it takes like forever to introduce him, and everyone's talking about him, and you're like, okay, who the fuck is this guy? And he's just like some kid, but he, the way they present it in the film is like he's this like epic cowboy character,
right?
This outlaw.
Yeah.
And
Wes
I will
Anderson
say,
uses like it creates the myth of who Sam is throughout this film. So it kind of reminded me of Rambo. It's because like Rambo has this like weird like prestige around him, like this weird aura, like this wounded soldier laying siege to a town, and Sam kind of was like this orphaned kid, and we learn a lot about Sam's background before we even meet him, and he does build that myth about him before we even meet this character.
And I like that there's, in the beginning of the story, there is a narration that talks about the composition of an orchestra.
Yes.
And then this film itself is composed like an orchestra. Like it introduces the small parts in the exact way that's described in the narration, and then it all culminates in this one big thing where everyone's together in the very end, just like the narration describes.
Yeah, it is a very clever plot device that they use in this film. It's for those who haven't seen the film, it is this record that is playing in the introduction that is like that really old school, like 50s and 60s. Like, this is what an orchestra does. Here's the woodwind, here's the brass, here's the percussion. And it goes throughout, and it's like it's how the film is layered too. Is there's a bunch of different players. There's the the Scouts, like the Boy Scouts. There is Bruce Willis and the police. There's the Bishop family. There's Sam and Susie. There's social services. And each group has their own thing going on. They each want their own thing. The main story revolving around getting Sam and Susie back, but each of them also have their own motives going on. And it is an orchestra. It's all these parts going together. And even if you look at this film like it is a piece of music, it has its build-up. And the build-up also includes a storm, which is very like thematic and also like an orchestra, like when you crescendo.
I actually forgot about that at one point. So in the beginning, he says it like in 3 days' time, and then it was like a movie moment in my own mind, right? Like Edward Norton's in his tent talking, and his tent starts to shake, and I was like, "Oh, in 3 days' time."
Right. And that's actually one of my like favorite things about this movie is because it's like the storm is its own character, and it's a time limit on what like has to happen in the story. We know that in 3 days something really bad is going to happen. It puts urgency into all of our characters, but also allows Wes Anderson to explore them. Because Wes Anderson does what he does best, which is making these characters unique and have their own. I want to say vibe. There's a better word for it, but vibe comes to my mind right now, where they each are very quirky characters.
It feels quirky and goofy, but like also the stakes feel very high sometimes. A bunch of kids like on boats and water, and then a storm's coming. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this could go horribly wrong at any moment.
Yeah, I would argue that because of the storm, we lost Shayne again. The storm got Shayne. I have a really profound thing I'm going to say. The storm got you.
You would argue what?
I would argue that out of all the Wes Anderson films, this one is the most tightly constructed, most like easiest to understand what's going on. And I know Wes Anderson's a very direct director. It's really easy to know what's going on, but like this whole time frame and the storm contains it, because a lot of other Wes Anderson films I've heard complaints about, like think the Grand Budapest Hotel, the timeline is all over the place. You don't know like if it's been weeks, if it's been years, if it's been days between scenes. The same can be said about the Royal Tenenbaums. The same can be said about Isle of Dogs, The Life Aquatic. But this film, because it has the storm, it is like very well constructed and it's very smooth. I think this might actually be one of his best films if we're talking about it like actually narratively crafted and actually like as a film. It might not be his most well liked.
Yeah.
You know? But I think it is his like most well crafted film, and it has everything going for it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've only seen it one other time, so getting to watch it again was nice. And it's just it's really well rounded. It really hits all the bases. And
yes,
you know, it made me laugh. I teared up a little bit. I was like kind of on the edge of my seat. And all the while, it's like you said, it's a really tightly constructed story, and it does the same things that I mentioned about Grand Budapest Hotel. The whole beginning sequence feels like we're inside of a painting.
Yeah,
and everything still kind of has that like live stage performance feel.
It's very theatrical.
Yeah, it's very good.
And I think going on the theatrical thing, my favorite part of this movie is such a small part, but it is actually the narrator's part, played by Bob Balaban as the narrator. He doesn't have a name, but how it gives more credence to the island and the storm being characters in itself, because when he is narrating, he's telling part of the story, but he's also giving the history of the island and the history of like the coastal area, which this all leads into what is happening in the film. I think it is a very clever narrative device he's using there, and I honestly think like it wasn't needed, and we've talked about where like narration is needed in things. Some films don't need it. Like I don't think the narrator was needed, but it greatly improved the film.
Yeah, he paid off for like the one bit or like later in the movie, but it wouldn't have been like totally necessary. You could have had anybody be like,
right, you could take it out. But that's like a lot of Wes Anderson stuff is like there's you can take a lot of like the stuff out of it, like all the like panning shots, all the like handwritten like title cards and all that kind of stuff. You could take it out and still have a good movie, but it is all that small little details. Almost like he's making like doing arts and crafts with his films that really make a Wes Anderson film a Wes Anderson film.
Sure.
All the bits and bobs.
I really enjoy the narrator as well. I like that they kind of plainly spell things out for you, so that, you know, in a movie where there's a lot going on visually, it's nice to have things spelled out in a way in which you can keep up and not have to like be so concerned with other things. You can kind of just enjoy the ride, and it all kind of flows very naturally.
Yes, absolutely.
The narrator just gives you the context in the beginning, and you're like, okay, I got this. And then it's like, okay, you can meet these characters, and I say this all the time, a great usage of show don't tell. And you know, you learn a lot about Susie and her family without it, just in the intro of the movie, without anyone ever really saying anything. Well, I guess there is the orchestra tape playing,
right? But that's like more okay, so there's like this term called like incidental dialogue, which isn't like direct dialogue, which I guess you would consider that, but that's like a weird like half step there, because like it's not directly going towards the audience, but it is at the same time. It is still ambient dialogue, right? But it is still there. But you're right, because like that's still it's not like doing the whole dumping exposition way in a very like boring way. It's doing it in a very clever way. Like it takes you a second to realize, oh, this isn't just like a quirky song playing in the background. It is actually going to tell us a little bit about what's happening in the story, which I really like. He sets up his like the beginning of his movies so well. It's a thing I really like about Wes Anderson. Like, you know what's going on in the first, like, couple minutes. And the movie we're going to watch for next week also does that. Like, you learn everything you need to know in the first 10 minutes. He does it really well. So, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else you want to say about Wes Anderson's Moonrise Kingdom before we ruin it?
I don't think so. I just really like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
It, like, hits my heartstrings all the time. I tell my dad, like, I just watched this whole movie and I just smile constantly. Even though it's like there are gut wrenching parts and like it gets emotional too. It's just like the first 3/4 of it. I just smile. Such a great movie.
And okay, so you just remind me. I did want to talk about this film is dark. Like I said, it is like a war movie. It's kind of like Grand Budapest Hotel, but I think a little bit darker. A warning to people who don't like watching dogs die: a dog dies.
Yeah, that was fucked up. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, someone loses an eye. Someone gets shot in the kidney.
She stabs that kid
with scissors.
What the fuck? She stabbed me with lefty scissors.
Yeah. So like I said, it reminds me of a war movie. It just does, because I feel like this is a Wes Anderson war movie in a way.
Yeah, I feel like Rambo was like almost a perfect analogy.
I really,
he is kind of like a man on the run, and Rambo is framed like a war movie. Sorry to interrupt again.
Well, no, yeah, I would put money on it. Like, Rambo was probably a weird inspiration for this film, because it does pull a lot of stuff from that film. A tragic main character on the run. I would call, like, the kids of the scout troop who just want to do violence for like no reason.
Yeah, they roll up on them with axes and knives, and then they kill their own dog.
Yeah, felt like very like First Blood. So that's my hot take. Rambo and Moonrise Kingdom are like the same film, except by different directors.
This is the Snowpiercer, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory theory.
Exactly. All right. So let me go get ruining MovieBot. They've been in the corner, collecting dust. Still have a little bit of like the quirky paint I put on for Moonrise, not for Moonrise Kingdom, but for the Grand Budapest Hotel. So
haste.
Yeah, let me just pressing the buttons, doing all that stuff. Okay, so for anyone who's new here, this is the part of the ruining movies where we ruin the movie. We activate ruining movie bots, who's just conveniently off screen. It is real. You just can't. I don't want to reveal, like, people will steal my patents and stuff, and ruining movie bots is just so sophisticated. I can't like have Elon Musk taking it and trying to like do some crazy stuff with it. You understand?
He wouldn't dare, unless he wants to like hit us up and be on the podcast. But he wouldn't dare.
Yeah. But anyway, let me do this. All right. So the first genre that we have to remake this film in it is, oh god, horror. All right, okay. We can do that. The second genre, science fiction. Okay, and it is a remake. Okay, so we are remaking. Let me just make sure I got this right. We are remaking Moonrise Kingdom as a horror sci-fi film. I feel like we've done sci-fi horror as like a mix-up a couple times now. It keeps popping up. The universe wants us to make a sci-fi horror film.
Hell yeah.
So, I think we do the same thing we did last week, which was good. Wes Anderson's directing all the same cast as here.
Yes. Okay.
So, we still have Bruce Willis, Bill Murray, Edward Norton, Tilda Swinton, Jason Schwartzman, Bob Balaban, Frances McDormand. They're all here.
Can we add cast?
Oh, absolutely.
I want Luke and Owen.
Yeah, Luke and Owen, get in here. Get in. Okay, so I think the first thing we need to do is obviously Moonrise Kingdom is about a island and then like going to the mainland. What's a sci-fi island? A moon. A moon is just an island in the. Wait, let me put this together in my head.
Isn't a moon just a moon? Wouldn't a sci-fi island be like an asteroid?
That makes more sense. I think.
Just a smaller.
Okay. I'm going to let people comment down below. Is a space island a moon or a asteroid? I think asteroid's right. All right, so it's on an asteroid. Oh, actually, okay. I'm going to fight for the moon right now because I think he needs to go, like, our main character needs to go from the moon to a planet. Just like in Moonrise Kingdom, they go from an island to, like, the continent, to the peninsula, to New England.
Okay, yeah, okay. You've made a solid defense, and I'm here for it.
Okay.
I think an asteroid would be boring anyway.
I mean, have you seen Armageddon?
Yeah, but they weren't trying to, like... it wasn't a colonized asteroid heading for
Bruce
Earth.
Willis was there.
True. Actually, I think one of the Wilsons was there, too.
Probably. It was the 90s. Okay, so... new location, the moon. So I think the first question we have to ask ourselves, this is Wes Anderson directed still.
Yes.
What are the Boy Scouts for space called?
Cadets.
Okay, cadets.
Khaki cadets. They're still khaki
cadets. That sounds actually like an alt-right group for some reason. Khaki cadets. Maybe let's not do that.
Oh, God.
I just think the word khaki has been stolen from us.
Yeah.
And tiki torches.
Terror squads. No, that's a bad one too.
That's a bad one also. Yeah, nope, no squads. I think cadets is the right word though.
You think what is the right word?
Cadets. Cadets needs to be in there.
Space cadets.
Space cadets. Okay, that's easy. Scoutmasters, space cadets. So we have, oh God, what was the camp called in Moonrise Kingdom?
Oh, Ivanhoe?
Yes. So
why do I remember these things, but like I don't remember important shit?
Yeah, that was a good call. You were right. Okay, so the year 3057.
The SS Ivanhoe.
The SS Ivanhoe. Currently docked on. Oh God, what's the island called? Shane?
New England.
Oh, the island has a name, I'm pretty sure.
No, I can't remember.
New Penzance.
Yeah,
the asteroid New Penzance SS Ivanhoe. We have the same pan that we get it, like the same panning shot we get in the beginning of A Moonrise Kingdom, where we meet Edward Norton and all the other space cadets. They're all, instead of like, yeah, what?
No, carry on.
I was gonna say, instead of doing all the camp stuff, like someone's like in an astronaut suit outside, but it's probably like some like really quirky like stop motion animation. I'm using the word quirky too much this episode. How do we Wes Anderson a spaceship?
Have you ever seen the old Star Treks?
Absolutely.
Where they just use a toy?
Yes, that is perfect. I think you would even be able to see like the strings. It being a Wes Anderson film.
Yes, like I think you find the happy medium between Star Trek and 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? Like you have that type of ship style, but you have the hand-painted space background. Anytime there's space, like the matte paint.
Yes, absolutely. And I think like in the interior, like we get a lot of like really like Wes Anderson bits, like you see like duct tape holding together the interior and stuff, and like maybe not even duct tape, maybe it was like needle threaded yarn is keeping the inside of it together. Oh my God, you know what the most Wes Anderson like sci-fi thing would be? The spacesuits are hand knitted.
They're like that thick canvas stuff, but they're like stitched together with pretty colors.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God. So that all happens. They're all at the mess hall. They're all eating. Then immediately Edward Norton's character realizes that one of the escape pods has gone missing. Beep 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 out into space.
Jeez, this immediately makes our main character so much more ballsy.
It really does. It's a horror film. obviously, Bruce Willis's character, Captain Sharp, is actually the captain of the SS Ivanhoe.
Yeah, he's a space marine.
He's a spaghetti. Bruce Willis would make a good space marine if they ever did like a 40K film that wasn't Event Horizon. If Event Horizon is a 40K film, I'll fight anyone who disagrees.
Is it really?
Okay, so it's not technically one, but like they go through the warp, which is a hellscape, and there's demons in that film. That's 40K. That's Warhammer. It's pretty much Event Horizon is a nuts film.
I've never looked at it from that perspective. I just really like the movie.
It is a good movie.
You drive a hard sell here. Or
they like go through like the warp, and like the warp in like Warhammer is like the dimension with all the chaos demons, and they pretty much do the same thing in Event Horizon. And then there's demons on the ship for some reason.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Shit. That's my theory too now.
Yeah. So, and we'll say, so yeah, Sam and Susie escape pod launching towards the planet of New England. New England. We'll do the Futurama thing.
New England.
So we get Bill Murray. What's Bill Murray's and what are Mr. and Mrs. Bishop's jobs on the spaceship? In the movie, they're like, I think, lawyers?
Yeah, counselors. Same thing, I think, in 1965.
Space counselors.
Yeah. Chancellors. Right? Like Palpatine. They're on the Senate of space people.
Yes. Absolutely. So, and then, like, all the space cadets are the same kids.
Yes. So I have a question.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Never mind. Oh, no, I do have a question. The space cadets specifically, do they have space suits, or do they just have their Moonlight Kingdom outfits, but more equipped for space?
I think the second one. And I have a question for that. We've already determined that the space suits would be hand knitted. What are some very funny ways that Wes Anderson would make it so people would be able to breathe in space? I think one of them is like blowing a bubble of gum and then having it around your head. I feel like that would be something in a Wes Anderson film. There has to be more though.
I just like the idea of, instead of every astronaut having their own head bubble and oxygen tank, you just have the whole troop has interlinking head bubbles with one huge oxygen tank that one person has to tow behind them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so we've set up all our players, and we'll say Luke and Owen are the new characters here, and they're with Jason Schwartzman on the planet. Little did we all know, and little did the space cadets know, this planet is a hellscape. I think Doom.
Yes.
I think Mars and Doom. This is where the horror aspect is coming. They land. Jason Schwartzman and the Wilson brothers are space marines who have been stranded here for years.
Hell yeah.
No, Sam and Susie are there.
That movie. Skull Island. They've just been marooned here by their crew. We've learned to survive in the hellscape. They're eating demon legs like turkey legs.
Yes. Oh my. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the next question is, we're really fleshing out this film here. Is what do horror aliens look like in a Wes Anderson film? I kind of want to say they look like the aliens from the Sixth Sense, Signs, but those are just normal looking aliens. No, Wes Anderson would probably make a cool looking alien.
Is this a thing that we would see in full?
No, we probably wouldn't actually.
If we would get a full vision of it, I imagine it the way he did Grand Budapest Hotel's huge scenes, right? Yeah. It'd be a big painting almost.
Yes.
Or you just wouldn't show it at all, and it'd be this terrifying mystery monster.
It could be the Storm. The aliens could be the equivalent of the Storm.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, have you ever seen Pitch Black starring Vin Diesel?
Yeah, Vin Diesel's coming up a lot tonight. Yeah, but yes, I have.
So when they land, maybe it's daytime, and they have to get to where they're going before nighttime, or something like that. Or it's nighttime and they have to get there before daytime. Whatever's going to happen, you have to like put this urgency in play. The aliens are going to be too many to take on in X amount of time for some reason.
Right. Okay, I like it. I love it, actually. So yeah, Sam and Susie, Wilson brothers, along with Jason Schwartzman, trying to survive. Tilden Swinton is a high counselor of the ship, trying to get the kids back.
The high counselor.
The
narrator to her role in Snowpiercer, where she's like brooding and like very sinister and serious.
Yes, absolutely. I love her in Snowpiercer. She's so good. The narrator's still here, but every time we see him, he's floating in space in an astronaut costume, and he's giving information on the planet and how deadly it is and how things are going to go bad.
Occasionally identifying constellations because he thinks that it's something you should know.
Yes, exactly. Hell yeah, perfect. The final, it gets to the finale. Everyone is down on the planet. They make it to an old military base. This is the storm. Hordes of aliens are pouring in. They have a character moment up top where Bruce Willis
adopts him.
Adopts it. Yes, the ending of the climax is Captain Sharp adopts him, and he is now co-captain of the SS Ivanhoe.
And Susie's off the hook for being crazy.
Yeah. Film ends. Some like ukulele music plays. Moonrise Kingdom still fits because it has a moon in it.
Yeah. So I also like the idea of all of the brutality that happened in Moonrise Kingdom carrying over, but translating to the aliens performing all the brutality instead of like, instead of Susie stabbing the guy with the scissors, like maybe an alien guy.
An alien stabs. I feel like there has to be like a chest burst scene somehow, for some reason.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
We put Owen and Luke in this just so that they could get killed.
Yes, absolutely. Because we need to have like the weird, like the like out of place violence, like when the dog dies. But like, Luke and Owen both die, obviously.
In horrible ways.
Yeah, just gruesome. Like we're like, whoa. That is Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah,
Moonfall Kingdom.
I love the name. Did you say Moonfall?
Moonfall Kingdom. Yeah, I don't know. Moonrise Kingdom. We don't even have to change the name.
Moonrise Kingdom only because Moonfall comes out like this month.
Oh, I forgot that was an actual movie. Well,
I think Moonrise Kingdom's so fitting.
We're doing the Scream thing, where like Scream came out in like the 90s, but like they re-released like Scream, but it's like a different movie. I don't know what's going on there. That's ruining movies, everyone. Movie ruined. I would watch this. This is like, we're still only have had one film we wouldn't watch, but this film I would go kickstart this for Wes Anderson today.
Yeah.
So Wes Anderson, if you're listening to this, make this movie. Put Shayne in it as like cameos. We'll be the aliens if you want.
Yeah, totally. I'll operate some puppets or something.
Absolutely. Well, that's the podcast, anyone. That's been like an hour. So, Shayne, plug some stuff and let's get out of here.
You can catch me live at twitch.tv/bringtheshayne. I do video games. I do talking. I'm a cool guy with weird hair. Come hang out.
He can do both of them at the same time. He can video game and talk. It's extraordinary.
He's right.
Yeah. You can catch me at Farm Goat Plays on YouTube. I also play video games and talk on Mondays with Shayne. We're playing Minecraft. We're beating it in very dumb and hard ways. Along with that, go check out my other YouTube and my TikTok, The Known Unknown, where I talk about tabletop role-playing games. If you like those stuff, go check that out. If you're listening to this in the future, check out our YouTube page. If you're watching this in the future, go check out our Spotify. They should be updated. I've been having a little bit of trouble getting them up there. I don't know why they're not doing it, but they'll be up there soon, so who knows. Next week's film, we are going to finish our trilogy. For those who aren't, for those who are new here, we usually try to do movies in threes. This genre is Wes Anderson. We're just doing Wes Anderson movies because we couldn't think of what genre this is. So we are going to do The Royal Tenenbaums.
Nice.
We're going to keep going back. Going back. We started at Grand Budapest Hotel. We went to Moonrise Kingdom, and now we're going all the way to, I feel like, the film that really put him on the map. I know he has the Bottle Rockets before this, but I feel like this Wes Anderson film is really the one that really got him popular. This 2001 film, The Royal Tenenbaums. It is great. What?
Is Bruce Willis in this?
Bruce Willis is not in it, but we have Gene Hackman, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelica Houston, Ben Stiller, Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Bill Murray, Danny Glover.
Man, this is gonna be good. I'm excited.
Yeah, it has a great cast, and it's a great movie. I really wish Ben Stiller was in more Wes Anderson films because he plays a really good role in this film. But that's it, everyone. I hope you guys have a great week. We will be back next week with more movie news, maybe some more letters from the box or some other stuff I find out. There is a new Batman promotional thing I kind of want to talk about next week.
Are we gonna eat pizza?
Yeah, we're gonna eat the crazy calzone. As always, everyone, be excellent to each other.
Party on, dudes.
Peace. We'll see you guys all next week. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right. That was another banger.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that. I'm excited for next week. I've never seen this movie.
It's a really good film. All right. Well, I'm going to end stream. I'm going to end the podcast here. I'll probably be on later.
I will be on later. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to be on later too. So I took a nap. I'm wired. All
it's
right.
not
I'll talk
goodbye.
to you.
It's I'll see you later.
Yeah. Adios.
Bye.
All right, chat and listeners, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Ruining Movies. I know I did. We will be back next week with Royal Tenenbaums. It will be great. It will be grand. It will be very sad because that film is somewhat sad, but also very cathartic. But yeah, as always, like we said in the podcast, be excellent to each other. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are having a good one out there. I know times are still a little weird, but yeah, I hope we brought some sunshine to the foggy darkness of space. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. Bye.